Good morning, Internet. This is the old fat dad. Let me show you what I got for you today. Alright, welcome to part three of our control group ammo test, and this is our hypervelocity ammo. It is the Aguila Interceptor. Aguila Interceptor is a 40 grain bullet. It's going about 1,400 feet per second, and we're going to be shooting it today out of our Ruger Charger 1022, and it has a 12-inch barrel and a Vortex 6x18 scope on top. And our first test is going to be the 50-yard group test. 5 shots. Okay, here are the results of our 5-shot group with the Aguila Interceptor, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comfortably a 2-inch group. So 50-yard accuracy is not that great, but to be fair, most hypervelocity ammo don't do that well at grouping at 50 yards, at least for somebody of my skill level with my particular firearm. Okay, now for the fun part, the Redneck Ballistic testing. Here's our 3 different mediums. First up is the reactive target, the blinking target, the pop can. See how our ammo does against it. We're going to get a little wimpy hole, a big explosion. Let's find out. Next up is the dog food. Our dog food is the small game simulator. We got a thick metal skin, meaty interior. Does it get 100% pass through? Does it blow up the can? Does it shred it? We'll find out. And finally, ballistic modeling clay. And this is just to keep a nice record of what that bullet looks like when it hits something. Here are the results of our Redneck Ballistic test using the Aguila Interceptor. And if you've watched part 1 and 2 of our control group ammo, you will see a huge difference immediately. Whereas those 2 different types of ammo, the CCI Blazer and the CCI Standard Velocity, kind of poked a hole out the back and opened up the can at their entry. This Interceptor just rips the little can to shreds, man. This poor little guy is tore up from the floor up. And again, huge difference going through that dog food. It's just night and day. It's amazing what a little bit of velocity will do. That CCI and Blazer are both 40 grain bullets, the same as this Interceptor, but cooking along at 1,400 feet per second, it just opened up this can and destroyed it quite nicely. And then finally, the clay block finishes off that story of how velocity matters. I had to put 2 blocks together. The first time I tried to shoot it, it just ripped apart my little baby block, so I pushed them back together, and this is what we got. A giant cavity. It actually didn't go all the way through, but like I said, this is a double block here, so not really apples to apples with those other 2 types of ammo. 2 final notes for the ballistic testing with the Aguila Interceptor. First of all, it's about 70, maybe climbing on to 75 degrees right now, and our clay was in partial shade. It wasn't totally liquefied yet, but it was getting very soft. So that is another factor to consider. If it was a colder day, that clay probably would have held together a good bit better. And then finally, here is the bullet I recovered from the clay. And a neat thing about the Interceptor is that it always seems to mushroom out like a hollow point might. But as opposed to the true hollow points that I shoot into the ballistic clay, it doesn't lose the actual hollow point tip. When I recover a lot of those 22 hollow points out of the clay, they'll have a ring that separates from the base of the slug. But the Aguila usually holds together pretty good. Alright, so final thoughts on the Aguila Interceptor, and this is part 3 of our control test ammo, and it's our hypervelocity comparison ammo. I like the Aguila Interceptor. I know sometimes it might be a little bit hard to get a hold of, and it is a little pricier than your standard velocity or blazer. Actually, it's about 3 times as expensive, so expect to pay 10 or 12 cents a round. For that 10 or 12 cents a round, you get what I consider to be some of the most hard-hitting 22 ammo you can buy. You're not getting accuracy at 50 yards, but if you take the time to sight this in, I think you can get a pretty good shot at 25 or 30. And if you want to stretch it out, you could probably hit something that was a little bit bigger with 50. So, that completes part 3 of our control test ammo. And, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.